Wonderful friends, welcome back. Welcome to my channel. Quickly, I am making jollof rice, but just in case this video is not a recipe for jollof rice, this video is just basically to show you and to show you everything I did as I went to visit my friend who just arrived Canada. She lives in Kitchener. So this was the night before and I decided to do some prepping ahead so that the next morning it won't delay me. So I grilled my peppers, my onions, and I started making jollof rice early on this Sunday morning. I was still going to church, guys, but I wanted to make it quickly so that it won't delay me, so that I won't start making rice by the time I come back from church. So I did some pepper chicken on one side. Can you see that? Guys, don't worry. If you're looking for a jollof rice, easy peasy recipe, the next video you're going to be watching on this channel will be that jollof rice recipe video. But I just want to put everything together. Let me separate it so that we know the focus of why we are here. Okay, so back to what I was talking about. I went to church. Like I said, it was on a Sunday morning, and I have to be intentional. On this channel, I always preach being intentional. What I want to do, I have to do. I was not feeling so good. I was like, I had so many things to do. I woke up by 6 a.m., guys. Like, I woke up by 6 a.m. And I still had a very long drive. But my kids love church. This is our church, by the way. See my daughter, like, this is the first time I've seen her doing this, like, opening the door by herself. As at the time of doing this video, I even had to install gates in the house because this little madam opens everywhere already. And you just have to keep your eyes and everything on them. So this is church. This is our church in Hamilton. I am in Hamilton, Ontario. It is called Mountain Springs Church. You are invited, by the way. I love fellowship. I love coming together to see people and all that. So for me, church is intentional. It's a fellowship. So I'm not here to talk about church. I'm just trying to like tell you everything about my day. So incidentally, my church holds in like a cinema complex, Simplex. And so I got back home. My jollof rice was ready. You know, I finished cooking it earlier on. So I just left it to simmer, to steam, and I just came back home to start dishing it into this like full takeaway containers for my friend. One thing I've heard in Canada is I don't know who started it, but when somebody is just coming into Canada, and this is like something you should know. So this is something you should know. When you come into Canada, people welcome you with jollof rice. And I wanted to do the same thing for my friend. This is like my very good friend. We've known each other since like secondary school. And when I heard that she was coming to Canada as well, I was like, oh my goodness. I just wanted her to like settle down and I decided to go visit her. And guys, I just wanted to like take something along. It's not nice for you to just show up empty-handed. So guys, I just packed everything I was taking. I was driving to Kitchener. Kitchener is about 1 hour away from my place, and I took the kids. We like dressed up. We had already dressed up anyway because we went to church. And when I got back from church, I just gave them some food. I put them in the car. It was a long drive, so I made sure that everybody was like okay. We went to the toilet, you know, the thing with kids and all that. This was my first time taking this kind of trip, like this kind of like long trip. I usually do like 30 minutes, 45 minutes trips, but this one I was not sure of it. And remember, I woke up around like 6 a.m. But I told myself that to me, don't worry, the kids are in the car, they will keep you company and all that. I was hearing mommy, 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 and all that. So, and guys, let me just tell you, driving here is sweet. Without a car, oh my goodness, it's not easy at all. It might be difficult for you to go from point A to point B. You almost like, let me just tell you, you need a car. So if you have the blessing of a car, it's a big deal. At least it is a big deal for me. So with everything, I didn't know my way. In Canada here, like somebody told me that you don't even know the way to your house. You need to use the map. Sometimes, if it is somewhere that I am familiar with, I don't use the map anymore. But somewhere that I don't know absolutely, somewhere I've never been before, you need to use the map. Even with the map, sometimes I get missing. Like I'll find myself on another exit that goes somewhere else entirely. I will now have to do a detour to find my way back to where I was going to. So, like I said, the location I'm going to today is Kitchener. So, if you're new in Canada, if you're coming to Canada, have you heard about Kitchener? Have you found accommodation yet? Where are you planning to stay in Canada? Or, sorry, where are you planning to stay in Ontario? See the way I'm talking like as if Ontario is the whole of Canada. Ontario is just one little bit of Canada. I am sure that people that are watching this video are watching me from different parts of the world, different parts of Canada at the same time. So let me just mention something quickly. I stay in Ontario, Hamilton, Ontario, and it's just one place in the whole of Canada. So, like I said, and like I've always mentioned in my videos, Canada is big, Canada is huge. The landmass is so big. Going from point A to point B is kind of like a stretch, but you have to do it for those that you have to do it for. Remember when I first got here, people visited me from like Kitchener, the same place I'm going to, and I decided to like pay it forward because this is everything you need. This is all the support you need. Guys, I am becoming a pro like in driving. Before the first 2 weeks, let's say I've been driving for about 5, 6 weeks, and it gets better. I'll not lie, the first week I started driving, they used to honk for me. Like, I would do like a different thing and I'll just hear some cars honking. Like, I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Like, that thing is always so embarrassing and all that. But guys, now I'm becoming a pro. At this point, we are like gone for like 15 minutes. My son was with me. He's old enough to sit with me in the front, and he was one helping me. We had gone like 30 minutes into the journey by this time, and I was happy that we're not on the main highway, because highway you just have to keep on going like at a stretch, most times like 100 speed and all that. So this place is like the countryside, and people really like staying in this kind of place. You know, that kind of quiet life, farm life. We even saw horses, we saw cows. I was like, oh my God, in Canada, as in, I just kind of like appreciate that kind of thing. Some people just absolutely like staying in this kind of place. They don't like to stay close to the city at all. I even saw them planting corn. Like, they were selling corn. There's a place that they said they sell like berries, corn, and it was like for very cheap and very affordable. But that was not the reason why I came all the way. I had the focus in mind. By this time, goodness, guys, I was feeling sleepy. I was feeling sleepy. Like, I woke up by 6 a.m. and the night before I even slept like very late. I was feeling so sleepy. I don't even know what I was doing. But just God just took the wheel. At some point I actually like parked. I just like did like something to like just keep me back in the good space, and I was telling my kids to like talk to me. They kept on talking to me. They were like making jest of each other. We are just catching fun, and I was just looking at my map like, okay, Tommy, you're almost there. You can do this thing. And guys, at this point, I was like 15 minutes to my destination, but it was still like a big stretch. At this point, I think I had gotten to Cambridge Waterloo. Cambridge Waterloo is close to Kitchener, this location. So there's like the north, the east, the west, and all that. I'm not so familiar with the terrain right now, but like I said, I just used the map basically. So I was in Cambridge Waterloo at this point, and Cambridge to Kitchener, depending on the place in Kitchener you're going to. Sorry, there are bumps on the road. That is why the car is like jerking like that. There are places that there are bumps on the road, and we just kept on filming. My son was the one filming, so I had to concentrate and continue driving. This place was like, I can't remember this particular road, but it was for like 5 kilometers. It just told us to keep on going straight. You do the yield sign, you go straight again. You do the yield sign, you keep on going straight, like that. I did this for about 5 miles, or sorry, about 5 kilometers. And like I said, if you have your Google Maps, it will help you. If you are new in Canada, what I would advise you to do first, you open your bank account, you get your SIN, your social insurance number, then you start scouting for, if you've not gotten accommodation already. But if you can, before you leave your home country, I would advise you to get some accommodation, because that was one thing that's disturbed this person I was going to see. She had arrived for a long time, but accommodation was not, it was not funny, guys. I will tell you this for free. I'm not discouraging anybody, but bear this in mind. At the time of you coming to Canada, at this time, this current time, accommodation is really like a big deal. So if you can, maybe you have to like settle or look for somewhere you're going to be staying. Either you're staying with family. If you're not staying with someone, probably you need to like make up or save a lot and try to get accommodation before you get here. Fortunately, my friend got accommodation, and 4 days after she moved into our house, that was when I was going to see her. So we had already arrived in Kitchener. Praise my God. I was so happy, like finally. Before I went to our house, I quickly did a quick stop at one of my friends' place, a mutual friend of my husband and myself. I went to see them, the family, and after I saw them, for the sake of privacy, I can't be showing them and all that. This is Kitchener. By the way, I saw the first family I wanted to see because it just makes sense to kill 5 birds with one stone. I saw the first family I wanted to see, and when we had finished jollying and all that, it was time for us to go to my other friend's place. So guys, I've come to the end of my video. For privacy reasons, I won't be able to show everything and my friends and our family and all that, but please bear that in mind. So this is just me taking you on a journey from my place to go see a friend in Ontario. I've wanted to visit a lot of people. Thankfully, I have a car now that can help me. So it makes everything easy. So thank you so much. We've arrived at my friend's place. I saw her family, like it was bliss. It's not always easy at the beginning. We always have stories to tell, but just hang in there. It will surely get better. This is what my mom always tells me, that told me it will always get better. No matter what you're thinking of, it will get better. If you're in Canada already, if you're planning to come, whatever your reasons are, let it still be valid. It will get better. It's not always very easy, but hang in there. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. So guys, I'll see you in my subsequent videos. I hope you had fun with us as we came from Hamilton to Kitchener. I'll see you in my subsequent videos. Bye.